This is my 2000 STI swapped Subaru Outback wagon.
Holy fuck, this thing's boss!
This monstrosity, aptly named Mr. Bones' Wild Ride Part 2, The Barnacle, was incredible, unreliable, and hilarious all at the same time. Decked out for rallycross racing, music festivals, and urban shenanigans, I'll go into what owning a vehicle like this was like. The little Barnacle was swapped with an EJ20G motor from a Subaru STI, an aftermarket ECU, performance pool noodles, King Rally suspension, MagnaFlow exhaust, plastic ducts, XV clutch, supplementary downforce, and other performance improving aspects. This hole here is for weight reduction, don't worry about that. Yes, hold your trousers tight. This little behemoth made approximately 275 horsepower and torque at about 5,000 plus RPM. Big boy numbers for a teenager, this piece of shit made more power and was more fun than my 2016 Scion FRS shitbox, which I totaled like a true 19-year-old would. The suspension tightened it up from a floaty McBodie into a competent off-road creature. Not quite what I'd consider agile with a lack of power steering, it struggled on tight technical rallycross stuff, but felt miles better than the vague original power steering. It had a surprising amount of kick and sounded oh so sexy, with the turbo pushing 16 psi and keeping up with cars 3 times its cost.
Damn. Again! No. You'll see, son. Whoa! You'll see, son. Yo, it sounds beautiful! Oh, I bet downshift sound like cum. Oh, baby. Oh, there's airport tunnel here. Fuck! This thing's
GTI's better, yo.
This thing's fucked!
I'm kidding. It's funny.
Holy
Fun factor. There's nothing more fun than pulling up to car meets in your janky sleeper shitbox and keeping up with, or even beating, Evos, STIs, and other cars we all fantasize about owning in Need for Speed.
You truly have a beautiful car.
Really?
You ready? Here comes the Barnacle!
Well, Evo.
Oh, that smells so bad. Your poor clutch.
You just beat an Evo.
I know, what the fuck? I know, what the hell?
What the fuck?
Did I mention I use this thing for rallycross? I collected 8 sets of wheels and tires to outfit this car with and took this thing on a real hard shiz. Alongside that, I fit a twin memory foam mattress in the back, mated it with a full DIY Focal sound system, and added party lights, otherwise known as a teenager's wet dream. Of course, I added a front and rear dash cam because if I ever got into an insurance claim, I'm automatically at fault for driving such a deranged ride. This thing was hilarious though. From drag strip meetups to impromptu red light clutch dumps, this machine just kept working. Not to mention the stares, looks, and comments from people, it was excellent in every right. I brought this thing to a few music festivals, a chunk of camping trips, and entertained a share of women and friends inside of it. Fun factor 10 out of 10. Nothing will match it.
What in the hell have I come across? my god. Oh my god. What the hell?
Mr. Bones is about to go to car meet in this condition. We're gonna be setting up a hidden camera, kind of, and kind of see what happens. So, off to Tim's. My friend's car group, who mostly drove Hyundai Genesises and BMW shitboxes, hated this car. It represented everything their cars aspired to be. A looker. Offensive to the cornea, Mr. Bones wasn't discreet in any way. The performance noodles and tacky duct tape drew the eyes in like none other, and it's a marvel that I never got pulled over. A horror in every right, I'd bring this thing along to many car meets and observe the excellent reactions from the crowd. A plethora of stickers, imitation sponsorships, and suggestions to keep your mouth clean, Mr. Bones was a hideous creature. Still is, but it was, too. Inside was even better. I took out the headliner, spray adhesive, the tie-dye one created by yours truly, and swapped the heavy leather seats for STI racing seats. Cheapo mods and a janky Momo steering wheel sealed the deal. This complete chick magnet was an abortion on wheels, what with its side panel damage and mismatched parts. Some good quarter panel damage here, that's weight reduction. Yeah, that's, don't worry about that. Forget the Ferrari. If you want to be seen on the streets, make sure that whoever sees it hates it. What could possibly go wrong? Decades-old Subaru parts in a decades-old Subaru? Unsurprisingly, Mr. Bones came with a few complications. From an unfunctioning fuel gauge to oil temps getting way too hot, this creature should have failed more times than it actually did. I do recall once getting on the highway after fueling up, only to have the power braking, motor, lights, and basically everything just turn off. Muscling the brakes to bring it to a halt, I popped the hood open and inspected the engine bay with a blind eye. Tapping the motor a couple times with my fist, looking at it oddly, and turning the keys again seemed to have fixed it. Mr. Bone lives for another adventure. Yo dude, just played the ultimate prank on myself by being an idiot. Where am I? Fuck. I crashed this little chunk a handful of times, and so did my friends. Fortunately, junkyard parts are plentiful for the 2000 Outback, and a replacement control arm and tie rod assembly costed a whopping $20. Thanks to Big Alex for joining me on the 700-kilometer journey to fix up and rescue Mr. Bones in a Canadian Tire parking lot. We actually fucking did it. There's no fucking way that should work. That's like lined up.
That's how you unbend a
fucking
inner tie rod.
Alright, give me a hug, man. Unfortunately, each bone meets its home. For the Barnacle, this means the scrapyard. After moving away and selling the vehicle to a friend, he promptly blew the motor after 1 month's time and had a truck tow it away to its final destiny. Some say it ended up on local Facebook groups where people quickly pillaged and ransacked its wealth of components and accessories. Damn you, Callum, should have stripped it before having it towed away. The parts were worth more than the sum. Anyways, that concludes the creation and misadventures of the ugliest car known to man. You can check out the original for sale ad I created when I was actually selling this vehicle, or my blog post linked down below to see way more in-depth info about it. Elsewise, please subscribe if you like my stuff, and check out the rest of my channel for cool stuff, because I like making cool stuff. Peace.